Hi, this is Dr. Leah Meadows with the New Patient Academy. Today's blog is about summer screenings, sawing through the sales. Have you ever been approached by a salesperson for a summer festival, for a big ladies show, a home show, a boat show, and they're telling you how awesome it's going to be with 20,000 people, it's a full weekend, each booth will have 10,000 people walking past it. People are coming from all over the place, and the price is only $500. It sounds great. You get really excited, and then unfortunate things happen. You go to the show, you're there all weekend, you have lots of staff, lots of hours, show up on Monday, more than half the new patients that you scheduled didn't show up, and your staff is exhausted. That's happened to me. And I'm going to give you the secret to how to have that not happen anymore. Don't feel frustrated if it's happened to you. It can happen to the best of us, but there's a reason and a way to make the best of these weekend screenings. Number one, crack the code. Code, here we go. So first of all, you never want to do a huge screening that is at the Thunderdome. You don't want to do screening that's at the Key Arena. You don't want to do a big, huge screening that's at Quest. What happens when you go into these big auditoriums, these big sports arenas, is that people to get there have to draw from such a large geographical location that your office, even if it's only 20 minutes away, they may be an hour on the other side of it. So you already are going to disqualify a large percentage of people. You don't want to have to be asking everyone that walks by where they live, okay? Also, usually these events last over 3 days, so you'll have to staff them for a longer period of time for less opportunity for more new patients. And then also, too, it sounds great because a salesperson is putting these events on. They're trying to sell you a spot. So always, always, always ask, how many chiropractors are there? How many were there last year? Where will our booth placement be? Now, if you're one out of 5 offices, if it's 100 booths, 100 vendors, okay, that's fine. But if you're one of 5 chiropractors and there's 50 booths, it's going to be a long weekend for you there, because by the time they get to your booth, likely they've already seen a couple other chiropractors. So your chances of scheduling them has gone down significantly. Now, best way to do this is have someone search for events in your neighborhood, not these big arena multi-city shows that come through in the summer. So your neighborhood shows. For us, we have a summer fest. We have a wine festival. Anything that is local, we have a local car show for one day. Anything that is in your neighborhood, that's a good outdoor summer event to do. That's where you want to put your time, your effort, your staffing. That's where you put your resources. Also, always ask who the chiropractor was that was there last year, okay? And how many there were. Then, finally, you want to make sure you get a good placement. I never do an outdoor event like this where I have to pay more than possibly $500. That would be a high-end event. $300 is great for the weekend. If they're trying to sell you something that's $1,000 or $2,500 to be the only sponsor and have your name on all of the brochures and all the media, your name on media presence is not as important as actually just being at the event and having a booth. All right, so a booth, a regular vendor booth, is pretty much really the most bang for your buck. When you're at the event, ever feel like you're swimming upstream? This can happen. But what happens is you didn't take the steps earlier to plan out the event, meaning make sure there's not 5 other chiropractors there. Make sure you get a good spot. Make sure you're one of the first people there in the morning so that if your spot isn't adequate, you can get a better spot. And if you have something that needs electricity, plan this out ahead of time. A lot of times you can take a Surface EMG to an event like this and put a big screen up. People love to look at it when they walk by, but you're going to need power. So make sure when you're speaking to the coordinator that you get a booth with power. Also, I get a booth beside one of the most popular food vendors. So when you're setting this whole thing up, just be kind to the person that's in charge. They've got a lot of coordinating to do, and let them know, hey, we want to make this a really good event. What food vendor was popular last year? I'd like to be closer to them than further away if possible. This way, it's going to feel like rainbows and unicorns for everyone. It's fun for everyone who participates. Do not schedule your staff for a 40-hour work week and then another 20 hours on the weekend to participate in this event. Make sure you're mindful of their time as well, because if they are there 40 hours in the office and then another 20 hours on the weekend, what are the odds that they're going to be chipper and happy and excited for these now 20 new patients that you scheduled for the following week? It's not going to work in your favor, okay? Even mentally, it's not going to. So make sure that you book off and be mindful of the week before and the week after for the hours of your staff. If you can encourage other friends, or even if you can encourage some patients in your practice to participate. Some people more than love to participate. This is their thing. Outdoor events, meeting and greeting people. It's fun for everyone. And then lastly, what we make sure that we do is we offer a totally free exam in our office. It's a bigger catch for people than a $20 deposit. If you do a $20 deposit, that's good too. Make sure it goes to a charity. That's always better than saying that it's going to go into your pocket. It looks better to people, and it's for a good cause. So we double book these appointments as well, meaning double booking is because we're going to basically estimate that about only 50% will show up. So don't worry about booking people on top of each other. As many new patient appointments as you can squeeze into the 2 weeks after your event, the better. Here's the end result. We want to get lots of new patients into our office for a free exam or your $20 exam deposit and a really great report of findings. So the more people that you have, the bigger net, the easier it is going to be for you to grow your practice. And that's really what you want to do here, is help the community and grow your practice. And my name is Dr. Leah Meadows. This has been our New Patient Academy blog for the week.